Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of my amendment, which would restrict funds at the Department of Homeland Security from being used to finalize any rule or regulation that has an annual effect on the economy of $100 million or more. Some might know this language commonly as reins, regulations from the executive in need of scrutiny. It is no secret that the regulatory agencies today are out of control. Under the Biden administration, we have seen hundreds of billions, with a B, of dollars in regulatory costs fall on the shoulders of average Americans without any input from their elected representatives in Congress. My amendment seeks to restore congressional oversight and the people's voice over these regulations by requiring that any major rule proposed by these agencies must be approved by Congress, aka the People's House, before they go into effect. By including my amendment in this bill, we restore Congress's Article I authorities by bringing significant regulatory decisions back to the body that is closest to the will of the people. We will no longer allow unelected, nameless, faceless bureaucrats to impose regulatory costs behind closed doors, but rather commit ourselves to open, transparent governance. We have already seen the Biden administration's outrageous border crisis, having allowed more illegal immigrants into the country than the population of 43 U.S. states. Nearly 1,400 pounds of deadly fentanyl has been seized at the border in just a single month, and 367 known suspected terrorists on the international terrorist watch list have crossed the border under the Biden administration. This administration has waged war against the immigration system of the United States, and the results speak for themselves. It's a total failure. This common sense amendment is a core part of our mission to reintroduce government's accountability and to restore the elected representatives' voice in the process. By requiring congressional approval for major regulations, this amendment forces a thorough examination of the potential costs and benefits of proposed rules. This scrutiny is to prevent regulatory overreach, ensuring that regulations are grounded in sound science, economic reasoning, and the overall well-being of the American people, regardless of political affiliation. Oftentimes, these regulations serve as a mechanism for agencies to sidestep congressional authority in crucial policy decisions. As the core legislative body, it is crucial for us to reaffirm our constitutional role and prevent any unwarranted expansion of regulatory powers. All in all, my amendment restores the people's voice in these significant federal agency decisions that impact our everyday lives. Our nation needs major regulatory reform, and incorporating our amendment is a crucial step forward to a more transparent and accountable government for all Americans. I encourage and urge my colleagues to join me in supporting this measure and standing up for our strongly held belief in a democratic government by the people, for the people, in our constitutional republic. With that, I reserve.